All right, for those of you that have been following along on my air ride build on Roscoe, welcome back. Thought I'd do another update video. Been a little bit slow. I haven't got out here as much as I'd hoped to, but I did get the front axle in. Four links in, panhard bar brackets were made, and those are all installed. Airbags are in. I can't do it right now, but I was able to make it go up and down. I had the front tires on it shortly, but I took them back off so I could, finish some other stuff. But thought I'd show you where we're at right now. Show you the front axle installed. Show you a couple other things that I got done. So here we go. Don't mind the mess. Okay. Here's the front axle all installed. Don't mind my vice grips pinching off the brake line. That's temporary. Got the 4-link bars installed. Brackets all on top, mounted to the axle. Shocks are installed. Airbags installed. I got to get the leveling valves installed. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these airbags or not. These are actually from a Hendrickson suspension for a trailer. They're the lift axle bags. It's a little slow raising the cab, but I'm also just trying to do it with a blowgun from Shop Air. Very hard to see in here, but panhard bars right there. The runs across to the opposite side of the frame. Let's see what else. That's a rubber bump stop. That's going to get changed to urethane. That's one of the bump stops from the original leaf springs. I just cut it down to height for mock-up purposes. Obviously the rubber compresses too much, so that's going to get changed. So I'll get those on. But everything seems to work the way that I hoped it would, which is good. Yeah, there's the steering linkage. How I described it was going to run in between the link bars. Everything clears, and it steers lock to lock like I'd hoped. I've got plenty of clearance with it all the way down. I've still got about an inch clearance, maybe 3/4 of an inch between the axle and oil pan. And it's hard stopped against the frame, so it really physically can't get any closer. So that worked out good. But yep, there it is, all installed. Pretty happy with it so far. Let's see, what else did we get done? We got the air tanks mounted. Those are 2.5 gallon air tanks. They're all installed. I actually have a third tank that I'm probably going to put here in this pocket. So that would give me 7.5 gallons. I probably don't need it, but up under the cab and mounted above the fender well here, I've got dual air horns, and they take a lot of air when you hit them. So I might put the extra tank, plus it'd give me the provision to run air tools if I need to. You've already seen the back with the leveling valves in, panhard bar, dump valves, all that. So that works good. I also, let's walk to the other shop. I got the compressors. I'm going to run dual compressors for this, dual electric. These are rated at 200 psi and 100% duty cycle at 200 psi. So they'll run nonstop for an hour if need be. Theoretically, by the math, they should only run about 4 minutes to pump 7.5 gallon tanks up from completely empty to 200 psi. So hopefully those will work. There's the wiring for them. The regulator, that's for the air horns. because they're only rated at 135 psi max, so that'll regulate that down so I'm not hitting them with 200 psi. Of course, front leveling valves and the dump valves, so just got to get those installed. Might work on that a little today if I get some time. Back over, steering linkage is all hooked up. I'm liable to change that. There is no adjustment in the steering. These are all hard mounts. You got 2 tie rods, one from the steering box to this intermediate pivot, and then one from the intermediate pivot to the actual axle. I may change that and actually put an adjustable link in there so that I can, adjust the steering a little bit. Probably really don't need to, but there's really no adjustment if you really want to center the steering wheel. I did not remove the front leaf spring brackets. Not sure whether I'm going to or not. I mean, they really don't need to be there, but I may figure out something to do with them later on, so I'm going to leave them for now. But again, shocks all in, 4 links in, and it actually goes up and down. My only complaint with it all the way down, the truck actually doesn't really sit any lower than it did before I did all this. Which, like I said before, this is not to slam this on the ground. This was more for just to improve the ride quality. With the axle that I chose, it has 2-inch less drop from the mounting flange to the spindle center line than the axle that came out of the cab overs. The cab over original axles are a 5-inch drop axle. The axle I'm using is a 3-inch drop, so that raised it 2 inches. So when I drop everything down, it's probably about 2 inches lower than it was before, which, like I said, is fine. I'm not trying to lay frame. That was never the goal of this. It was just the ride and to update to modern axles, which is, if any of you have been working on one of these or you're going to work on one of these, just know keeping them original is great, but brake parts are very difficult to find. Some stuff is available at Napa. Some of the, the wheel cylinders and that, but brake shoes and brake drums are no longer available. Nobody makes them, so you have to find a good set. This actually had a good set, but I'll probably end up trying to sell those if somebody needs a set, but we'll figure that out later. But yep, just wanted to give everybody a quick update. I've noticed I've got a lot of new subscribers over the last month of that, and I appreciate that. I'm just a guy in a 2-car garage trying to do this. I don't have a lot of fancy tools. This is just me doing something to, something that I like to do. So I appreciate everybody watching, and hopefully within a couple of weeks I'll have the full air system in, and maybe I'll do a video and I can show this whole thing just going up and down from switches in the cab. So stay tuned for that, and again, appreciate everybody watching.